Sorry, had to stop. Had a doctor come in and talk to me. In a way, kind of annoying me in hospital doing these things, but kind of trying to stay up here as long as possible because I'm meant to be seeing a couple of different people and I get missing people whenever I do decide to go for a wander. But anyway, continuing what I was saying. Like I said, I think sometimes it's difficult because I'm in my own head. And sometimes my insecurities yell in my head. Sometimes it's about myself. Sometimes it's about whether I'm treating him right and whether that means he might leave or not. But I have gotten the courage sometimes to bring that up to him. We've had those conversations, so one of the best things about my partner is that we can have those conversations, those mature conversations, and it makes me love him so much more. Like, he went through so much pain over these last 3 years, which is going into 4 next year, with trying to impress, or not really impress, but at least give a good impression on the only person at the time that really mattered, which was my grandmother. And we argued a lot because I still had this thinking of, she's amazing, when really she's not. And he was right. He's right. He made me realize that I was being mistreated. And in that way, he was being mistreated by me and by my grandmother, because I pretty much pushed his dreams and his livelihood that he wanted to go into, become a dream kind of thing. His dream to become his job, career kind of thing, away, because I didn't grow up with that, and that's what he grew up with. That wasn't my fault, that wasn't his fault, but I did fuck a lot of things up for him in those instances. And yes, I've changed now, and I appreciate and love the fact that he stayed in those times, because honestly, some people would have just gone. And I, at the time, probably wouldn't have understood. But now I do, and I see it in the big picture, and I hate that I let him let go, or made him let go of some of his dreams because that I wasn't mentally okay, or people were letting me think that I wasn't mentally okay with being alone, or not wanting to be alone, if you know what I mean. When really, if people were trying to give me the same, or we had the same mental mature thinking we do now, it honestly would have worked. And probably could have had a lot of problems back then, but all we had to do was talk it out. And he would have understood. Yes, honestly, anger scares me, and sometimes he gets angry, but at the same time, I've learned that he has so much passion for everything he does, everything he loves, and it makes me just want to smile. And sometimes when we're arguing, even in the back of my head, I'm like, this man, he loves what he's talking about, and sometimes he is irrational. Same here. Sometimes I get very peeved and sit there just now I'm going to shut the fuck up, because what am I going to say to change your mind, or what am I going to say for you to understand? Which is so stupid of thinking, because if you really need to make something change, or you need to make them understand, you've got to, because that's just how a relationship works. Communication is key. And there's another word that I can't think of that's key, but just letting your partners know, and which we do, and it's hard sometimes, what to do when you're feeling these ways, even if sometimes it doesn't always go that way, is how you do it. And I appreciate my partner and love him so much because I am a bitch. I can be erratic, I can be very depressed, I can, apparently sometimes I accidentally guilt trip, but I don't see it like that. I have different ways of thinking, and so does he, and sometimes they clash. But in no way does that mean I don't appreciate him as much as I'm saying, and love him for everything that man is. And I hope that when he sees these videos, he is happy and sees more of what I think of him, because he's a beautiful man, and I could not be here without him. I would not be here without him. He's taken care of our beautiful daughters. He took on my first daughter and as a step, obviously, but we never counted it like that. And well, we didn't count it like that. We didn't say it much. We just say it obviously when we need to clarify. And he obviously was stressful because when we first got together, it was just straight up mature relationship. We didn't have anything, no time, nothing to just be together. I already had a kid. He came from pretty much a party life. And as soon as he got with me, it took 3 months for him to turn around and be like, nah, I don't really want to do that anymore. Because he knew what I went through, and, you know, we still talked. It was just not, we didn't understand each other at the time properly. Sorry. But from seeing him when we were first together to now, God, that man has grown. Oh, I mean, he was mature when I first met him, but like, I mean, there's no time when I look at him and I don't just want to, I just think I'm with you for the rest of my life. I'm so lucky. Luckiest woman in the fucking world. It's very hard these days, especially in like your 20s, I guess, to find or feel like you're going to find the right person. There are many people around us that think or have felt, I mean, I felt it before I got with him, that there's no point. I'm just going to keep getting into toxic ass, stupid relationships, and I'm just going to continue to get hurt. But he showed me the change, the difference, and I can't thank him for enough of that. I want him to know that he is such an amazing man, and that there will probably be many more videos like this at certain points, because he deserves to know how much of a good man and how much of an amazing husband he will be. Can't wait to get married to him. I've been wanting to get married to him since we fucking got together, I swear to God. Because he was I was so lucky to find a guy like him. I know that a lot of males do say that there's many guys that are, you know, nice and all that stuff, but you can be a nice guy and still be a dick to the point of not wanting to communicate, not wanting to do anything with your partner and things like that. After a while, like, relationships do take a toll at some points, especially with like things like this, medical things. God, I had a breakdown and did things that most men or most females would have just left because of, which I wasn't that person all the time, but it wasn't fair to expect someone who I'd just gotten with like 6 months beforehand to stay. I was so scared, but he obviously loves me as much as I love him. And that in this world sometimes is pretty difficult to find. We have two beautiful little girls, and another baby on the way, which is giving me some difficulties. And I've always had body image struggles, so he's got his own struggles going on right now. I won't go into because that's not my job. I just want you to know, babe, I love you. You are my everything. I'm sorry for everything that you have to deal with me. But you do amazing. You always have done amazing. And we just keep growing together. And I'm just going to always be amazed by the man you are. Amazed by what you want to do for me. Amazed by the things you want for yourself. I love you, millions. To infinity and forever and always. I can't wait to be your wife. I hope that you like this video. And the one before, sorry, it had to be paused. Stopped. I can't wait to see you today. And I hope this lightens up your morning. I love you. Bye, everyone.